to do is we're going to say, make all of the onboarding screens better looking. Let's do professional looking. Have them be slick and eye-catching. Make the user experience top tier. And we will see how it manipulates the CSS and the styling of all of them all at once. So since we basically don't have a theme for colors or anything, we can kind of let it go wild, but you can actually kind of hinder it and give it some like specific colors that you want it to use, basically like your primary colors, your secondary colors, your call to action colors. You can make it do anything that you want. You can feed it any information. Looks like it's going to do a dark modern theme. I mean, this is probably going to be so cool looking after this is done. Whoa, yeah, look at that already. Unbelievable, but it did break something. What is wrong? Transition. Does not like that. Wow. Okay, that's a little low. It's starting to look pretty good though. Maybe later. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, even the progress bar is kind of cool. I want it to feel like it's raised. Make all of the onboarding screens closer, screens content closer to the top to make it visually appealing. Also, let's just start with that. Small bite-sized pieces, let's do that. This already looks fantastic though. So yeah, okay, it's moving the flex to the top, the justify content to the top. So basically it's gonna move it all the way up here and then it's gonna add some padding to push it down. Nice. So get started. The second one's a little low. I don't like that it's so close to this. The second and third screens are still too low. The third, let's just start with that. Third screen also looks like it needs to have a scroll, especially for, you know, the fourth one too. Why did it only affect that one? Oops. Why did it only affect that one? Oh, I guess it is the same height. Looks better. So let's do make the third screen scrollable. So then it can scroll down and click the button. We will get the camera working. We'll verify that that works properly. We're also going to need to go into the package.json or the app.json to modify these permissions. I need to change the name. We'll make them essentially more specific to what our app is, because Apple will flag us and they won't let us put the app on the App Store if we don't change those to be proper. So, okay, that's sort of okay. It's not that great. That's fine. We can continue. Okay, so now what we're going to do is say, take the onboarding screens to the next level. Make them look professional and slick. So basically it's just iterate after iterate after iterate after iterate. Usually I don't like the AI touching my configuration stuff because it can get messy if it gets messed up. Proof stack, yeah, I see proof stack, allow proof stack, DAX, your phone for enhanced photo documentation. Great. Great. So hopefully it fixes a lot of that stuff here in this next edit. Oh, it just got really weird. So I think it messed up the style sheet again. So fix the styles. Oh, okay. We need to install Expo Linear Gradient because that is a pretty common package. npx expo install Expo Linear Gradient. Okay, did some nastiness. What is this? That's not good. I'm just gonna say, fix the errors. You just introduced. The files might start to get a little too big for it to handle all on its own. And if that's the case, we might have to actually animated title. Yeah, this is not good. It's pretty wild. You can kind of see what it's doing. See how it pops up? They all animate in. That's great. So it looks like unimplemented component. Yeah, it needs to figure this out. But it looks really good so far. It's definitely taking it to the next level. We just needed to work its way out of this hole that it just dug for itself. Sadly, it does this sometimes, especially when the files get to be over 1,000 lines or so of code. Let's do this. Maybe you don't know what's going on because that is not working. Expo Linear Gradient should work. All right, well, apparently we're replacing the Expo Linear Gradient with React Native Linear Gradient, which I'll probably have to install as well. Linear Gradient, Expo Linear Gradient. I'm pretty sure I installed the right one. Yeah, I did. The Native View Manager module isn't exported. Using it right. So weird. Hopefully it still has the, oh yeah, it does. It has the animation still, which is really cool. All right, it's starting to work a little bit better. That's great. The iterations are working. Looks like it was missing some styles here, so hopefully it's just adding those in, primary, secondary. These ones here, you already have an account, it still takes you to that. That still looks normal. Ooh, that proof is horrible. Or this, that color's horrible. All right, what else are we missing here? Animated title. Here we go. This is getting close to finishing off what we're probably gonna do in this video. It's looking really good, secure and private. I mean, this would take you hours and hours and hours to do on your own. It's still working. Oh, wow, that's crazy. It's freaking out. Either way, we're going. This is a good start to our onboarding. There's probably going to be another onboarding video here to iron this out, to figure it. Missing one more. Let's fix these. So hopefully it fixed all three of these right here all at once. That looked like the last of the issues, but let's see if it introduces any more. No. Okay. So we're at a decent spot here. It's kind of jumpy. It is a little jumpy, so let's see if we can get that to work better. So let's commit this. Let's keep this. This is a good start. And we will say we want to do login. Let's say the animations should only go off one time when the user sees the relative screen for the first time and never again. You guys might be asking yourself, like, why are we doing the onboarding? Why are we spending so much time on this? Well, this is the first thing that a user sees, and this is what's going to get people to actually use the app. So we need to make this absolutely professional looking. It's a good start, I suppose. It's not letting me continue to type. That's doing the same thing. So is that. So there's some issues here. We should say continue, maybe later. Okay, let's just see. What exactly did that just change? Let's undo that. Whoa. Let's see. Every time I type in a letter in the third screen, it fires off the animation. Make the rendering cycle, or make the rendering better. And optimized user experience throughout the entire onboarding process. What is wrong? Initial number render. Alright. Does it already have it? Looks like it turned some of these components into memos, which helps with the rendering. That's good. There's one more problem here, but where did I get it? Oh, right there. Oops. What's wrong with this? I don't know. Maybe it needs another. It's missing one of these, maybe? That's just missing that. fix it because I'm not sure if just adding one would fix it. All right, let's see if we have a nice onboarding experience here. Still not letting me do it. That's interesting. So let's see here. Why can I only type one letter in all of the input fields, text input fields? Say the state changing in the text fields for that is causing rendering issues. It freezes when I want to type more than one character the email and password text inputs. So it's adding local state within the login screen content. Move the authentication logic inline to access the local state directly. Beautiful. He had kept refs for potential future use, but not using local state for the actual form handling. All right, let's see. Oh, no. Can't continue. And do the same thing for onboarding screen 3. Nice. So it was using like a global state value, which is why it was causing re-renderings, and it needed to be a local state value within the component itself. Let's see if this, it's working beautifully. Look at that. So that's good. Let's do this. Oh, shoot, I have to rate later. Nice. Let's just see if this works. j@gmail.com. 3456. Log in. Oops. j@gmail.com. 23456. All right, we're in. Beautiful. Okay, so we're back to here. Let's go here. Say do the same thing for onboarding screen 2. Yeah, so then whenever we select this, it won't freak out like that. Oh, I like the colors on this though. It's really cool. Painters pink, junk removal's blue, others purple. This is wild. What an unbelievable user experience that they're already going to get. Hopefully they added some haptic feedback. Oh, well, that's the next thing that we're going to do is add some haptic feedback, so it gives them a little buzz whenever they click on the button. Yeah, we're going to make this next level. Why is it re-rendering the whole screen here? We'll keep it. Get started. So it's still doing this one. Nice. There we go. Look at that. It was still updating the main one. So let's just use this. We're not recording any of this information yet, but we will eventually. And we're gonna do maybe later. Let's log in, j@gmail.com, 23456. Log out. Okay, let's go over what we just did. We just made a new onboarding thing for a new onboarding flow for ProofStack. So we could either go right to the login page or we can get started. Here we go. We're going to say the word other. We'll continue. Quick job setup. I don't know, Jay. We can do whatever we want here. Save and continue. We can rate ProofStack. Maybe later. Then it goes here. We can either log in or create an account. Since we already made an account, we'll just log right in. And here we are. What a great, beautiful, look at that, the auth is even showing my email here that I logged into with. Unbelievable. Okay. The next thing is we're going to start creating the actual meat and potatoes of the app, where we're going to store some states. We're going to store some data in Firebase. We're going to store some different jobs that the user has. We're going to be able to create a job, delete jobs, send pictures to whoever it is. We'll maybe use the real-time database for messaging, so that you can message your clients or whatever to confirm that you got the job done. But thanks for watching. I know this was a longer video. I appreciate it. Thanks. On to the next one.